Hello, welcome to Barley's World, Manchester 1968. Brand new YouTube channel, specifically set up to encourage people who want to learn to write or take photography or want to do something better than what being in a boring 9 to 5. Do you know what I mean? The main reason is because I've written a couple of books and I just want to try and get it out there really more than anything else. So the plan of attack today is I'm going to read an extract from my book, my first book called White or Black of Everything. And then I'm going to play a track by a band, which is a tune from the Smiths called Big Mouth Strikes Again. Nostalgic tune, great memories. Reminds me of my secondary school, Nichols Ardwick in Longside, and also got into football, with Adidas jean trainers on, semi-flare corduroys on, the Marks and Spencer's crew neck jumpers. So good times really. But like I said, before I go any further, any issues, any comments, or you want to subscribe, do all that below. You know the dance. So, the main reason why I've set up this YouTube channel, again, it's just to inspire people. It's just to inspire people who maybe want to do a YouTube channel, or who want to just like get a bit of exposure for their photography or for their books from Manchester, or they've got a story to tell and don't know how to go about doing it, or they want to write a few books. Whatever the reasons may be, it's about just trying to inspire people. Say, do you know what? It's not hard. I'm nothing special. From Manchester, council estate. So, there's your inspiration right there. So before going any further then, or before I go and play a track, let me just read a bit about my book called White or Black of Everything. You can get it from Amazon now. It's only a couple of quid, do you know what I mean? And we'll take it from there. Right, this book basically is like my spot-on narrative of my grind and struggle through existence, growing up in England, specifically in a no-nonsense city called Manchester, through the 70s until the present. Experiencing everything this country's got to offer: individual style, music, football, relationships, drugs and prejudice. I hope that my story will give you an idea of life through my eyes. So read and join me on this hike of questions and answers. You never know, it might inspire you to write something, or even question your own life. Have you really become all you can be? This book is for me, my friends, and people straight out of Longside M13, and especially for those who no longer have a voice. Introduction. Now then, my name is David George Robinson. Some people will know me, some people will not. I'm not anyone special, not a sports star, film star, musician, blinged up rap star, or in the media in any shape or form. I am just a straight up person who wants to express from my heart my views, opinions and experiences about growing up in Britain, specifically in a city called Manchester. I'm just an everyday black guy, but to some of my brothers and sisters, I may come across a little too English in the centre because I've integrated too fully into society, and in some sections of my community this is not condoned or the dumb thing to do. This book is not going to be another Moss Side Massive, gang wars or any of those genres, and I've got nothing against them. I think Manchester has a variety of vivacious, exciting stories and many different tellers who can share their accounts of their existence like no other. Yeah, I know hooligans, blaggers, ticket touts, grafters, gangsters, all types of lads and reenies, birds. Moreover, it would be quite easy for me to write a book full of blags, drop a few well-known names in the fray, and mention the amount of times I've had it with West Ham's and Tourist Hooligans, the intercity firm, ICF. In all probability, that would make a grittier read. But I also wholeheartedly believe telling a true story about the highs and lows of everyday life from a westernised black person can be just as riveting. As far as I'm concerned, there isn't enough real life accounts around that inform Joe Public of how the everyday black person survives in this country. I won't be specifically targeting the police and proclaiming they are, always stopping me with nice cars and that, or just on sus, because they've got nothing better to do. But I have experienced it by Greater Manchester's finest, and it's not nice, especially when you're legit. Do you know what I mean? Here's an example. Police with too much time on their hands. Is this your car? How can you afford a car like this? Can I see your driving particulars, matey? Oh, you put on the race card now, monkey boy. There's one example. But I'm not going to cry about it. Another example's like not being able to get a job because of the colour of my skin. Alright, I'll mention my experiences because some of them have been comical and they have happened to me. Like, sorry Mr. Robinson, position has been filled by someone less experienced than you, have a nice day. Hold on a minute, mate, you've not even looked at my CV or asked me any questions. There's another example, what I've experienced. Furthermore, what it's like to be followed around every expensive store in Manchester because I'm tall, broad and have a swagger. And that's the criteria for being a grafter or a thief. Really? Security guards who need to get a life, here's their behaviour. Phil, you're hearing me over? There's a big black lad on the ground floor with a swagger. He must be a grafter. Yeah, Tony, loud and clear. Just reviewing him now over. Exactly. Numpties. Even though I could probably educate those cardboard cutout security guards on the merchandise they're trying to protect, the dim lows. In addition, another one, going into coffee shops and receiving a lesser service than my English counterparts. Then have to deal with the utter nonsense of handbags and other items being moved quicker than a mongoose killing a snake as I walk past them, trying to locate somewhere to sit. Here we go, coffee shops for English middle class people really, but hey ho. Pippa, move your Selfridges, Harvey Nichols and Kurt Geiger bags over here. There's one of those black ruffians intending to sit next to us. Mother, stop being silly. I think he's quite cute really. Pippa, wash your mouth out with soap and water and look straight ahead. I just want to talk about things which affect my life, be it good, bad or indifferent. I want you to understand life through my eyes of someone who is trying to fit into society by trying and experiencing the British way of life. I've never been one to follow sets of rules or accept my position in society because people said I should. I have always tried to follow a straight path, even though I have been privy to things that at times made me contemplate going down the road to nowhere in prison. That way of life is so easy to fall into coming from a council estate, and it happens all over the country. But don't ask me why. It is what it is. But I knew from an early age that my life was always going to be different from my black contemporaries, because what infused them didn't infuse me. I'm going to leave that there for now, but hopefully it'll give you a little bit of a taste of what the book's about. It is about being too submerged in society, getting involved in more English things, liking English music, the football, the dressing, the certain types of women, bars, that whole 80s, whatever it was in Manchester at the time or other cities throughout the country. That was my life, big part of my life. But that's the theme of the book, that's the narrative of the book. So like I said, if you like the book, it's on Amazon, have a little read of it, it's up to you. Right, on that note now, I'm going to play a tune which again makes me reminisce about that period of my life by the Smiths, called Big Mouth Strikes Again. And here we go.
Sweetness, I was only joking when I said I'd like to mash every tooth in your head. Oh, sweetness, sweetness, I was only joking when I said by rights you should be blood.
So there we go. There's a track from the Smiths, Big Mouth Strikes Again. Very influential and very motivating tune for me. Great memories, great times. I know Morrissey's getting a lot of stick at the moment for his views and blah 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 blah, and that's fine. That's up to him. Do you know what I mean? But the Morrissey I remember was from the 80s when he was in a band called the Smiths. What he's done after that, that's up to him. Or what he thinks after that's up to him. But at a particular moment in time, then Morrissey was alright in the Smiths, and so for me, it is what it is. He's done great music. The Smiths were a great band, great Manchester band. I enjoyed them. Still listen to them occasionally. And there's one of the tracks what really makes me feel, do you know what? Glad to be born in Manchester. Big Mouth Strikes Again, the Smiths. So like I said earlier on, every time I come on my YouTube channel, it will be to talk about my books. It'll be to talk about certain bands or certain topics that will come up. I'll just mention anything what's really relevant to me, and hopefully I'll share it with people. Put your comments in, subscribe. You all know the score, you all know the dance now, you know how it all works, and then we'll just take it from there. So I'll see you on the next one. All the best. See you later. Sweet.